Hey Yarn RPG fans, tonight I'm going to showcase my entire DS collection, and like my PS2 video I have a checklist that I've prepared which has all the games that I need to collect of the system. But let me just say this wholeheartedly, that there is a ton more games that I need to collect for the DS than I need for the PS2. This is put it at that. Alrighty, here are the games. First up is Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, Castlevania Portrait of Ruin, and Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. I'm very thankful for Konami to bring such wonderful games to the DS. I've been a big fan of the Castlevania series for a very, very long time. Never in my wildest years that I would ever imagine it to become an action RPG when Symphony came along. I was very happy they made the change, and I've loved the series even more for it. And for all you out there that don't know, I bought my Nintendo DS just to play Dawn of Sorrow, and let me tell you this, it was well worth it. Next up is Chrono Trigger, and what's really funny and sad about this is the first release of the game in the PAL regions in Australia, UK, and the other European countries. I think it's very slack on Square's behalf that they didn't get this out sooner in some form, but everything happens for a reason, and I'm glad they actually finally got around to releasing the game, because it is a truly wonderful RPG. Next up is Dragon Quest IV Chapters of the Chosen, Dragon Quest V Hand of the Heavenly Bride, Dragon Quest IX Sentinels of the Starry Sky, Dragon Quest Monsters Joker. I'm actually playing this right now. I popped it in today, and it's not too bad. It's a very blatant rip-off of Pokemon, really is. And a lot of people say that all monster ranching games are like that, but no, if you play this, there's just so many similarities. I know they try to put their own spin on things, but wow. However, if I want to play a really good Pokemon ripoff, then don't go any further than Dragon Quest Monsters Joker, because I like Pokemon, I like Dragon Quest, it's a great match. I've got Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime, a great unorthodox little game. Etrian Odyssey. Now, all you have told before in one of my pickups videos, this is probably one of the biggest bargains that I've ever found in my life. This goes for $70. I found it at $15 in a bargain bin, brand new. I must say, I really enjoy this game, but it requires Buddha-like patience to play it, because I only just finished defeating the first boss last night, and I think I've played this game for about 10 to 20 hours. The battle mechanics, it's not a hard game battle mechanics wise, it's very simplistic like the Dragon Quest games. It's just the enemies are tough, and I've told you before, they have mini bosses roaming the floors, and it's just a struggle to even survive in the floor. So what I do is I play an hour a day of this game, and that seems to really work out for the best. If you do it that way, you'll enjoy it more. If you try and power play this, you will probably get burned very fast. Next up is Final Fantasy III. I gotta say, this is not one of my favorites of the series. Unlike this, Final Fantasy IV, absolutely love it. This game renewed my love of Final Fantasy. I played a really bad string of Final Fantasy games before this, and I kind of lost interest in the series for the second time ever, and this brought it all back. And I played Dissidia straight after this, and that kind of got me into a really big Final Fantasy high that's lasted up until now. And yes, 13's kind of pushed it down, but with 4 PSP and the second Dissidia game coming out, I'm pretty much keeping a level head, and I can't wait to play both those games. Got Final Fantasy The Four Heroes of Light, Final Fantasy Tactics 8-2, Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. I absolutely love Fire Emblem, and I was very happy to finally play the first ever Fire Emblem game. This is actually a remake of the the NES game, and then that got ported to the SNES, and this is the third version of that game. What's really weird is the SNES version, or the Super Famicom version, had two games on the one cartridge, and one half was Shadow Dragon and the other half was Mystery of the New Emblem. And last year they just released Mystery of the New Emblem to the DS. My question for Nintendo is, why haven't they got off their butts and release New Mystery of the Emblem? Because I've been waiting to play it for so long. I've nearly kind of, grown impatient, might go off and play the Super Nintendo version, but I hope that they finally decide to give a go and translate it, because I really want to finish off Marth's Tale. Next up is Golden Sun Dark Dawn, Azuna, Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, Lunar Genesis. For all of you that don't know, this is one of the last games that I've actually got before my hiatus. I got this the first week of February, and that is Mystery Dungeon Shiren the Wanderer. I've heard about this for a very long time. It's also one of those games that is quite insanely cheap, and I was kind of in a big roguelike mode at the start of the year. That's why I got Azuna. Was very disappointed. Got this, substantially better and way more playable. Absolutely love this game. Koichi Sugiyama, who does the music for Dragon Quest, also does the music for this. That's why it sounds so good. But definitely pick this up. It's really dirt cheap. It does require a certain degree of effort, because like all roguelikes, they are very hard to play, and there's nothing worse than losing everything that you've earned so hard to accomplish. Next up, and for all of you that don't know, this is actually my most disappointed game of 2010. Final Fantasy XIII was my second most disappointed, but this was truly heartbreaking, because I have a very soft spot for this series, and I think that this entry was absolutely abysmal in so many areas, and that is Phantasy Star Zero. There's so many things in this game that just rubbed me the wrong way. The controls, the story, the characters, and the art design. I've been a big fan of the art design of the Mega Drive games and the online games, but I gotta say, it just does not suit Phantasy Star. And I know it was probably made this way for the DS and for a younger audience, but I just do not like it at all. This is probably definitely goes as my most disappointing game of 2010. Next up is Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey, Suikoden Tearcris, Legacy of East Books 1 and 2, and Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. Now, that's all the games I have in my collection, so here's the list, and instead of writing it in a piece of paper, I wrote it in a book this time. Alright, first up, basically how this was done is, unlike home consoles, the DS is region 3, so I did not break it into PAL and TSC. I pretty much broke it into English and Japanese versions. Alright, first up we've got Avalon Code, Way Shuffle Dungeon, Black Sigil, The Blade of the Exiled, Blue Dragon Plus, Blue Dragon Awakened Shadow, Children of Mana, Contact, The Dark Spire, Deep Labyrinth, Dinosaur King, Dokapon Journey, Etrian Odyssey 2 and 3. I might buy them and wait till next year to play another game. Fighting Fantasy, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Echoes of Time, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles The Ring of Fates, Final Fantasy Fables Chocobo Tales, Fossil Fighters, From the Abyss, Glory of Heracles, Inuyasha Secret of the Divine Jewel. I actually did own that and lost interest in it. Xena 2, Kingdom Hearts Recoded, Lost Magic, Lufia the Curse of the Sinistrals. Now, I was actually really looking forward to this, but I heard that a lot of fans of the of Lufia 2 in the Super Nintendo days were very disappointed with it. I'm willing to give it a go just to give my 2 cents on how I think of it, but just from the many people that I've talked to, they just did not like it at all, which is quite sad. Alrighty, there's Luminous Arc 1, 2, and 3, Lunar Nights, Magical Star Sign, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, Master of the Monster Lair, Mazes of Fate, Mega Man Battle Network 5, Mega Man Battle Network Operation Shooting Stars, Mega Man Battle Force 1, 2, and 3, and there's a couple of versions for that. Mind Magic Clash of Heroes, Monster Rancher DS, My World, My Way, Naruto Path of the Ninja 1 and 2, Nostalgia, that's a game I really want to play. Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black and White. I actually don't have a Pokemon version on me, but I have played the games at one stage or another. And I feel like it's... I kind of boycotted the series after playing Diamond because they didn't really do anything to really push the series sort of forward. But what I've seen of Black and White has really interested me, so it's a good chance I'll get one of those 2 when it comes out. And continuing with Pokemon, there's the 4 Mystery Dungeon games and the 3 Ranger games. Then there's Radiant Historia that's just coming out very soon, and that looks absolutely phenomenal. If you've been waiting for a real rich time-traveling RPG, then by all means go get it, because what you can do in it is absolutely phenomenal, and I definitely want to get it as soon as possible. Then we've got Ragnarok DS, a Rhapsody Musical Adventure, Rune Factory 1, 2, and 3, Sands of Destruction, Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor, Sonic Chronicles The Dark Brotherhood, Spectral Force Genesis, and you got Spectrobes 1 and 2, Summer Night The Twin Age, Super Robot Tyson OG Saga Endless Frontier. That looks sick. I can't wait to get a copy of that. For all of you that don't know, I'm a quasi mecha fan. I'm not a fan of all the mech anime, but I am a big fan of Gundam. Next up is Tails Adventure Curse of the Demon Seal, Witch's Tale, and The World Ends With You. Alrighty, last but not least, I have a few Japanese games that I want to get. This is not the entire list of Japanese RPGs available to get. It's way higher than this, but these are the games that interest me the most. And first up is Seventh Dragon, Ash, which is Archaic Sealed Heat, which is a nice game created by Mistwalker. Then we've got Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 2, and Saga 2 and 3, and Sigma Harmonix. That looks insane. I really want to play that. Somabringer from Monolith Soft, Tales of the Hearts, Tales of Innocence, and Tales of the Tempest, Tengai Makio 2, Manjimaru, and Xenosaga 1 and 2, and last but not least, I want to get separate copies of East 1 and 2. So that's pretty much it, and I've only got a couple of seconds left, so thank you guys for watching the video and catch you next time.